What is the Big Short all about? Golden Retriever loves apples. Golden Retriever trades apples with other dogs in the neighborhood every day. Life is simple and good. But one day, Golden Retriever notices something very strange happening in the apple trading world. All the other dogs are going absolutely crazy over apple bundles that smell funny and look rotten on the inside. But everyone keeps saying these bundles are the most valuable apples ever created. Golden Retriever sniffs these apple bundles and thinks to himself that something is very, very wrong here. These apples are definitely going bad, but somehow everyone else thinks they're worth their weight in tennis balls. So what exactly happened with these mysterious apple bundles? Well, it all started when the Apple Trading Council decided that every dog in America should own apple bundles, even dogs who had never successfully saved up enough treats to buy a single apple before. The Apple Council told all the apple sellers that they should give apple bundles to any dog who asked, regardless of whether that dog had a job as a professional squirrel chaser or was just a lazy bulldog who spent all day napping on the porch. These apple sellers then took all these questionable apple loans and mixed them together like a giant fruit salad gone wrong, creating these complex apple bundle packages that nobody really understood, but everyone assumed were perfectly safe because they smelled like success and had fancy names. Meanwhile, our smart Golden Retriever was doing something that seemed completely insane to every other dog in the neighborhood. Instead of buying these popular apple bundles like everyone else, Golden Retriever was actually betting against them. Golden Retriever went to the Big Apple Insurance Company and said, "Hey, these apple bundles are going to rot and become worthless, so Golden Retriever wants to buy insurance that pays out big time when these bundles collapse." The insurance company dogs laughed and thought Golden Retriever was the dumbest dog they'd ever met. So they happily sold Golden Retriever this insurance for cheap, thinking they were getting free money from a foolish retriever who clearly didn't understand how apple trading worked. But Golden Retriever had done something that almost no other dog bothered to do. Golden Retriever actually went and sniffed each individual apple in these bundles, talked to the dogs who were supposed to be making payments on these apples, and discovered that most of these dogs were unemployed Chihuahuas who had lied about being successful German Shepherds with steady incomes. Golden Retriever realized that when these unemployed Chihuahuas inevitably stopped making their apple payments, the entire apple bundle system would collapse like a house of tennis balls in a windstorm. Hey there, fellow dog lovers and apple enthusiasts. Golden Retriever here needs to pause for just a quick second to say something important. If you're enjoying learning about financial disasters through the eyes of a very confused but lovable retriever, then Golden Retriever would absolutely love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Golden Retriever promises that every video will be just as weird and educational as this one. And honestly, Golden Retriever gets really excited every time someone new joins our pack. Also, drop a comment below and let Golden Retriever know what other financial topics you'd like explained through the lens of dogs and fruit, because Golden Retriever has so many more ridiculous stories to share with all of you wonderful humans. Now here's where things get really interesting, and also completely terrifying for everyone except Golden Retriever. As time went on, more and more of those unemployed Chihuahuas started defaulting on their apple payments, just like Golden Retriever had predicted. These Chihuahuas had been living in fancy dog houses they couldn't actually afford, eating premium kibble on credit, and driving around in expensive dog cars that cost more than most dogs make in 5 years of professional ball fetching. When reality finally hit and these Chihuahuas lost their imaginary jobs as investment banker poodles, they had no choice but to stop making payments on their apple bundles, which caused the value of these bundles to start dropping faster than a tennis ball thrown off a skyscraper. But here's the truly crazy part of this whole story. Even as these apple bundles were clearly starting to rot and smell terrible, most of the big apple trading companies kept insisting that everything was fine and that these bundles were still worth full price. The rating agencies, who were supposed to be like professional apple inspectors, kept giving these obviously spoiled apple bundles their highest ratings, basically telling everyone that these rotten apples were still premium grade A quality fruit. This happened because these rating agencies were being paid by the same companies who created these apple bundles, which is like having the squirrels rate how good the dogs are at catching squirrels. Obviously, there was a massive conflict of interest, but nobody seemed to care because everyone was making so much money from trading these magical apple bundles. Meanwhile, Golden Retriever was sitting there, watching this entire disaster unfold, feeling like the only sane dog in an asylum full of financially illiterate bulldogs. Golden Retriever's insurance policies were becoming more and more valuable every day as the apple bundle market continued to collapse. But Golden Retriever also realized that when this whole system finally exploded, it was going to hurt a lot of innocent dogs who had nothing to do with these crazy apple trading schemes. Regular working dogs like mail carrier beagles and firefighter Dalmatians were going to lose their jobs, their doghouses, and their retirement treat funds because a bunch of greedy investment banker poodles had decided to gamble the entire economy on rotten apple bundles. When the final collapse happened, it was even worse than Golden Retriever had predicted. Major apple trading companies went out of business overnight. Millions of dogs lost their homes and jobs, and the government had to spend trillions of taxpayer tennis balls to prevent the entire economic system from completely shutting down. Golden Retriever made an enormous profit from betting against these apple bundles, but Golden Retriever felt terrible about the whole situation because Golden Retriever knew that regular hard-working dogs were suffering, while the poodles who caused this mess mostly got away with golden parachutes and early retirement to their country club doghouses. That's the story of The Big Short, folks. And Golden Retriever hopes this apple-based explanation helped you understand one of the most important financial disasters in recent history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into economic chaos, explained through the eyes of a very concerned retriever, please subscribe to our channel and let Golden Retriever know in the comments what other complex financial topics you'd like broken down using dogs and various types of fruit. Golden Retriever loves hearing from all of you, and your suggestions help make these videos even better for our entire pack of curious learners.